Hey everybody, it's Sean. It has been a while since I last posted a video blog here, and I wanted to, in fact that's the topic of today's conversation, I wanted to fill you in on what's been happening and use that as sort of a jumping off point for some things that are going to be coming up in the future. So it is June 17th and it's been about 1 month since I posted my last video blog. I have been trying to share with you since that time things that I've been drawing on for some strength and motivation and energy. So I've been posting more text blogs here, so I hope that has been useful to at least some of you, at least some of the time. And I wanted to talk to you about the process that I've been involved in the last few weeks. So often in our culture we are bombarded with the message of being high functioning and high achieving and very creative and producing stuff all the time. And we can sometimes fall into, or I believe that we sometimes fall into this idea that we have to be at that level all the time, otherwise something is wrong. And what I want to suggest to you is that that's not true. In fact, that's a good recipe for burnout, and it's also a recipe for less creativity. That the leisure periods, the time where you're disconnected from everything else, the time that you withdraw to yourself, the time that you take to reflect on things, that is probably more important. And I make that a priority in my life, as some of you know, and I try to do that periodically. And then there's also periods where I need some extended time. And so I try to do it periodically. I have my hobbies that I engage in almost daily, but then I also find myself needing naturally these longer extended periods to follow the 4 R's. The R's are rest, rejuvenation, reloading, and then re-engagement. And the rest part is pretty self-explanatory. It's disconnecting and disengaging as much as possible to really simplify things down to bare bones, brass tacks, whatever needs to get done, just so you can rest and stop putting out all that energy into the universe. And then the rejuvenation part is after you've rested, focusing on those things that really fill you up and fuel you. And so in the rejuvenation phase, doing those things where the energy expenditure out is less than the energy that you gain from doing that activity. And for me, that means focusing on my morning rituals of yoga, meditation, reading the books that I want to read, lots of journaling, and then lots of time outside in nature, hiking, and ultimate frisbee, obviously. So focusing on those things to really refuel myself and rejuvenate myself. And then it naturally then moves into from rest to rejuvenation to reloading. And reloading is sort of like when you're going on a trip or a backpacking trip and you're excited about it, but you take the time to plan ahead and get all the things together that you might need when you're out on the trail or out on the path or out doing the thing that you want to be doing. And so right now I'm feeling like I'm in the reloading phase. In my office I'm reorganizing some things and I'm getting some information that I need and some tools that I need set up for the next phase, the next burst of activity and creativity that is coming, and that'll be the re-engagement part. So right now I'm in just coming out of the rejuvenating phase and into the reloading phase, and pretty soon I'll be into re-engagement, full on, full tilt boogie. But right now I'm just enjoying the process. And what I want you to do is I encourage you not to look at those periods, those valleys in our lives, those periods of rest, as a bad thing. Those are necessary things. In fact, I would encourage you to embrace those more often and not look at it as if something's wrong, because our culture sometimes wants us to believe that. So I just wanted to share with you where I was at. I hope that you're all doing well. I'm very excited to be reconnecting with all of you, and hope to see you again soon. Yours in peace, love, and light. Namaste.